Hi, and welcome to Inspired Method Marketing here on YouTube. We are ready to deliver some more great information. We've been just nailing it with this stuff, man. It's been good. But tonight we're going to talk about content rules for 2019. That's the year we're in, so we might as well talk about what's relevant for this year and how to make your content. My name's Karen, and this is my husband Trevor.
Hello.
From Inspired Method Marketing. We are co-owners. The brands that connect with clients in a real way will win. Gary Vaynerchuk, he always has great quotes. 91% of B2B business-to-business marketers use content marketing to promote brand awareness. And that's coming from Content Marketing Institute.
Yeah, content is huge for companies. I would say it's even more important now than it has been in the past because everyone is more connected nowadays, especially with social media and the web. And, a lot of companies just don't know what to do with content. So here we are.
We've got great tools and resources and just methods to really help businesses win with this, because content, it can be a big task, but we kind of nail it with our proven path. So why is content marketing important for small businesses?
Well, it's important because that is what people are looking for. They're looking for more information. So the better information and more information that you can provide them on your specific discipline, whether you're electrician, plumber, beautician, you sell a great product, people are looking for that. And where they're going for that information is on Google. They're not looking mainly anywhere else. They're not looking at billboard advertising. They're not looking at television commercials, and they're especially not reading newspapers because they're virtually irrelevant in today's day and age. So where do they go? They go to Google. And if people are doing any kind of searching, the more content, the better content you have, the more likely you're going to be found.
So you kind of already alluded to the fact that we should go to Google for the content. That's where people are going. But can you give like a little bit more specific examples of what are the right places to publish your content?
Sure. Well, you should definitely be publishing your content online through YouTube. That is a huge place to use. And you can actually, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And you can really win in a local area. I'm not going to say you're going to win worldwide, but let's say you're in a particular town. You can win in that town by using the proper title tags and the right content in enough quantity to win when people search on YouTube. So for example, if you are searching for Edmonton marketing companies or marketing in Edmonton, we're going to be winning there. Because we're continuously uploading new content and our title tags say so. So you can really win locally in a particular market when you use the right strategies. So use YouTube. The other place that you need to be putting content is on your website. That's the number 2 place.
Sure. I'm going to assume you're going to talk about blogging here.
Sure.
But is blogging the best way to create that long form content?
Blogging is good, but it has to be done right. Okay? So most business owners don't have the time to invest in blogging unless they super love writing. They're not going to do it. Now, a lot of companies are tested and tempted to go the easy and quick route and pay somebody, $5 on Fiverr or whatnot to get some blogs done for them. And you have to really be wary of that, because if your content is copied, Google knows. They'll know if it's been copied, and you will be penalized for that. So you have to be really careful with that. Now, if you wanted to get a professional blog done, you're going to pay anywhere between $200 and $300 for a 1,000-word blog. It's going to be written well, it's going to be original content, and you'll be happy with it. But just know you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, somebody's time is invested.
Yeah.
So what's the most effective format of content for 2019?
Most effective form of content building is doing what we're doing right now, creating long form video content using YouTube, and then transcribing that content and putting it on your website.
Sounds easy. Does it take a long time?
Well, making the videos, no, it doesn't take a whole long time at all. And actually, when we are uploading videos for our clients, because we're not getting heavy into graphics and full motion stuff and fancy things like that, we are not spending a lot of time putting them up. It takes more time to download and upload the videos than it does for me to edit the videos. Let's just put it that way.
And to make them.
Yeah.
So what elements should great content have?
Elements that great content should have, it needs to be informative. So you need to be entertaining, engaging. You need to show authority on the subject matter that you're talking about and build trust with people. So you need to be consistent and it needs to be relevant. Those are two huge things that it has to be.
Yeah. Does your video content have to be perfect before you publish it?
Nope, it sure doesn't. Because, you know, like I've mentioned before in other videos, unless you are in a highly visible industry like fashion, design, hairdressing, artistry, graphics, unless you're in that kind of a world, you know, it's not super important to be ultra polished. And because we want our customers to follow the same model that we are intentionally not going down that road.
Yeah.
Because what's good for us is good for our customers, is good for everyone to grow and build their content strategy.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you'll break this down for people watching, but how much time should a small business invest in creating this content?
You know, in doing what we're doing here, well, when we talk about our customers, we're looking at about an hour a week to go over content, creating the outlines and filming the videos. It doesn't have to take a long time at all. So if you can squeak out an hour a week, you can have fresh, relevant, great content to put on your website every single week.
Sounds actually pretty straightforward. Do you have to spend thousands of dollars on video editing and equipment to get started?
To get started, absolutely not. I recommend not doing it because most cell phones nowadays have really great cameras in them. Spend a little bit on a few bucks on lights, which isn't very expensive at all. Or if you have great lighting coming in through a window, you can use just natural light. Just how you be creative about your setup. And then when you're talking about social media video, you know, just having your phone in your hand and while you're walking, or just holding it while you're discussing a situation or a problem, you can definitely get by with just a simple smartphone, and yeah, just go from there. So you don't have to spend tons of money.
Yeah, anything that can take a good selfie can take a good video. We all know what those are.
Yeah.
So are things like white papers and case studies good content sources?
Like I've said before, they're great because they give a lot of great information on, you know, maybe things that you've done in the past, customers you've helped out. They are great sources of content and great sources of information. But again, unless you're willing to spend the money and the time to write that content out, you know, you may not want to use that. You can do it, and it is good, but again, you have to be willing to put in the time, effort, or hire somebody to create that for you.
Right.
It's all about time. We want to create more time for the small business owners.
Yeah.
Small business owners, they're time poor. They don't have, you know, 8, 10, 12, or 2 weeks to to put into creating a white paper or a case study.
Yeah, true.
Right?
So how do these content types fit into social media?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about using video, because you can always take video and cut it into smaller pieces and use it across the different social media channels. But you can't take a short little selfie video and stretch it out and make it longer. So if you have a long form content video, you can take pieces out and use it in your different social media platforms.
That's true. And in fact, I was going to talk about that in another video. You can break it up into many different posts so that your content goes further, like you said, and it actually becomes more digestible, and people will want to come back for the next part of it, or it'll become a consistent message. I think that's actually very important to not, I personally don't want to be reading for 10 minutes on Facebook. A little snippet of gold is what I need.
Yeah.
And, could change just something for me in my business. So
Yeah, really good. So that's all we have for today, guys. I hope that this was valuable and helpful for you. And if you don't mind, we would like for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a like as well. We'd super appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we will catch you next time.